What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwaa, and I'm here today to show you the quick and dirty method of getting whatever 3D model you're working with into KitHack as a new map. So this is not the full comprehensive method. This is the quick, easy way. There's a lot more steps that we're gonna have to go through to do it the proper way, but this is just A to B, the first two steps, get it into KitHack. And the rest you can figure out along the way, or we can help you along the way. So here you'll see I just went to Sketchfab. I looked for city. It gave me, I found Spiral City Alpha, and it is free to download, and it's Creative Commons attribution. Please give the utmost respect to these artists. They are absolutely fantastic at what they do. So I went ahead, downloaded the 3D model. You'll see here it has FBX. I usually look for FBX or OBJ. And the other thing I look for is the materials and textures, so I don't have to create too many as I fix or apply the materials. So that being said, let's go on over to the extracted files, and you'll see here I've already done this. So if you go into I extracted Spiral City Alpha, it came to source. Double check source to make sure that you don't have another compressed folder. This one did have it. I went ahead and exported that, and here's everything that I needed. To get this into Unity, all you have to do is go to KitHack, Hackkit, and open up the Unity scene, and then drag and drop the folder from here into your assets, and it will then import all the models within and the textures. From there, I went ahead and went to the folder, go right click, and then hit create material, and I was able to then apply the albedos here, the textures, over to the albedo box. You'll see here there's different boxes. You can drag and drop that texture right onto there. So I just dragged that to albedo, and there you go. It's ready to rock. I'm going to delete this one since I've already done that. And here is the actual model for the city. Now, it went ahead and applied the materials for me, so I can actually drag this on over here. Now you'll see I have Demo City here. I'm going to show you what we need to do for this. Just right click, hit create empty, and then just name this whatever you want to name it. So demo city 01, and from here I usually like to zero these out. So let's go ahead and zero these out. And now we need to add our float with origin, which is going to ensure that, you know, the map's going to keep up with us. So if you look up float with origin. Now this is not to be mistaken with floating origin. Use float with origin and save yourself a lot of headache, because I certainly I've done that before. So the next thing you need to do is drag and drop your model into your city, your scene. And here you have everything as a child to this empty here. It's just kind of floating in the ether at the moment, which is not the greatest. So what you can do here is you can right click in this empty area and then tell it 3D object and create a terrain. Now you'll see here, well, our terrain is vastly smaller. If you run into this, you can go to terrain settings, or you can, you know, start clicking additional terrain blocks here. So I mean, either which way seems to work for me. This takes a little bit more time, so I tend not to do that. I just make a larger terrain, but I'll show you either which way. So here you can just click, or you can go here and increase the terrain width and length to the proper size. But if you want expandability with it looking clean, you can just go there and start clicking things away. So now we have all of our terrains. I like to come in here and keep all this orderly. So I'll create an empty and call this ground. And then take all my terrain and just drop it right on in. Now you're probably noticing a few things is that, well, all of this is kind of in the air. We could fix that stuff later. Right now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to work on getting all this into the game. So we have a few things to do. First, this is going to be on the, we're going to change the layer to scenery. Yes, change children. And then we're going to take this and make sure that static is off. And I like to go here and check it and uncheck it just to make sure that everything is not static there. And then you can change all this to scenery as well. Okay, so now all this is scenery, and we have our float with origin. And what I now need to do is go into here and create another empty. And this empty is just going to be called spawn. So with this one, we're going to go ahead and move this all the way over to zeroed out. And we're going to move it around so we can get exactly where we're going to spawn. And right now we're going to be under the city, so we need to bring this up until we're above. I like to go in here and create a 3D object just to make sure I can see where I'm coming in at. So I can come here, click on spawn, move this one up and down, not the child, and you can see I'd be coming in right there, right about 1501. And I'm just going to leave that zeroed out, make it nice and easy. So there's our spawn. We can delete or remove this plane, either or will be fine. So let's add component once again, and this time we need to do SCN and then look for spawn point and apply that. Once that's applied, you'll see there's a little indicator there that's purple showing you exactly where you're going to pop in. Okay, so that's basically all you really need in order to get into the game, get this into the game. So the next thing we need to do, we can create a map, but it's not really required to get into the game. These are things that it's actually automated using some tools. And just so when you hit M, you can bring up your map, and also the locations, same thing. It just lets you get into the game and pop around. So what we're going to do here is we are going to come here and go to, well, first things first, let's save demo city 01 and watch for times where you misname things. Let's correct that. Demo city 01. I could have just renamed it, but whatever. All right, so now we have demo city 01, demo city 01, spiral city, ground, and our spawn point. Everything right now is very clean. Only thing we need to do now is going to here, and this is where things might get a little messy, is we need to expand all of this because all of this needs colliders. So I'm just going to select everything, open everything up. Let's go down to the bottom, add physics mesh. Go to here. Now we reselected everything after unclicking it. Now we have just the parents selected, not the children. Again, do that just by selecting all of these, and then you can right click, press the right arrow to open everything up, and then press the left arrow to close it all up. We don't want to select the children this time because we are going to remove all of these. So now what we'll have is the parent will have no collider and the child will have a collider. So if you do run into it, that's a little trick that I use. There's probably better ways out there, but hey, that's my noob way of doing it. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to export our nodes. Go into here, and we're going to go to Floating Origin Interactive, and we're going to click on Balsa Asset Bundle Tools. We're going to click on Open Asset Bundle Browser. I still have my test scene open here. I'm going to remove that because I'm not working on that right now. We're going to open up the demo city. And we're going to drag that into our bundle browser. And now we can go to build and make sure that we have this set to output. You can hit browse. I set mine to my output folder that I have created here. And then I hit build and then click finalize asset bundles in output folder. Now that's done. Okay, so one thing we might want to do just for ease, let's go to SCN. Once again, add component SCN and then map location. I'm just adding that to there because what I want to do is use their tools to generate my file that I need to, my config file I need to get this into the game. So once we add the SCN map location, just go to floating util, map nodes export. I'm gonna, again, this is going over to my output folder and then save. I have one in there already. I'm just gonna overwrite it. Now what that does, it creates this mod CFG that's going to let me get this into the game. So I already have some in here, but if you don't, you can also go into the stock game, and from there you can actually go to add-ons, base game, and scenery, and here's their mod CFG, and it has the basics of what you need to actually get this into the game. It's got some really good examples in there. Additionally, you can go to output, and they actually have some examples in the Hackkit. One for plugins, and then here for folder. So you'll see here, they have the basic one here. I like to use this one because it has the scenery, and it has a lot of the examples that I need. But we're really just going to copy this part out here. Because if you see, the one that we have just has the mod config, the title, but it doesn't have the scenery. So let's go ahead and snatch that out of here. And we're just going to drop that into here. So our mod config, title, and scenery. And in here, it's really not that much that we need to do. Keep in mind, you'll see things like additional scene. We only need main scene right now because we don't have additional scenes in ours. That might be something we can go over later. Okay. So what we need to do is go in here and get all this created. So, a few things we need to now do, and it's going to deal with a lot of what we have created in here as well. We can go into tools, and this is going to help us actually get the map size. So if we go into here, go to auto map image generator, it's going to create this overlay. And so what we need to do is get this to match our size here. So each one of these is 1,000. So you're looking at 4,000 by 4,000. And what we need to now do, and you'll see here, it's actually, we need to set the height a bit more. So we'll go to 300, and I believe that's high enough. Cool. And we're going to leave the tile size to 100. Should be fine. We don't have an offset, but what this is going to do is going to give us these two things here, the image origin and the rect size. That's kind of what we need. So let's hit browse. Once again, we're going to select output. And here you can name it whatever you want. So demo map 01. And from here, we hit render. Now you'll see over here, it's going to create this mapper camera. It's going to be zipping through, creating the image. And it's done. And now we can take this, copy it, and we need to put that up here. Okay, so here's they have some different things here. There's the sound effects map path, surface map path. I probably need to do these in my other maps, but I haven't done them currently, so I'm actually just going to ignore that for right now. Definitely something I need to do later. This is your image path. So you'll see here it's based on the game folder pathing. And so what we're going to do here, this will be whatever mod name you're going to put in here, and then you can do img or whatever in your folder. So for me, it's going to be demo city 01, keeping everything nice and uniform. And then here it should be scenery, and then demo city. And this, I believe, if I remember correctly, it should be lowercase, and that's what hurt me before. So let's go back just to double check. Yes, it is lowercase. So here we can put assets, and then demo city. Demo city. I'm actually going to clean this up so it's just under scenery. And that should do it for us. Okay, you know what? Let's just do it like that. So we need to grab everything from our output folder. I have mapped over to there because it's nice and easy. So you'll see here, here's demo city fob file. And our main scene is demo city. And our image path, we don't really have an image path at the moment. We'll have one eventually. We're just gonna make a folder and just call this IMGS. There you go. And from here, it's going to be whatever image that we want to put in there. Eventually we'll get around to that. Right now it's just going to be blank. And yeah, that's not too much that we need to do in here. We can actually go and create a new folder and call this demo city 01. And we're going to take all this and we're going to drop this into here, drop this into here, create a new folder called scenery. And all this needs to go into scenery, not our map nodes. Map nodes can stay out here, scenery goes in here. So now we have, just making sure we have our pathing right. It's going to go, we're going to take all this and put it in add-ons here shortly. So we have demo city 01, scenery, and then our fob file. I missed my fob file. Okay, there you go. There we go. Okay, so demo city goes in here. And then now we're going to go from here and confirm all of our files are here. Of course, ignoring this one here because, yes, keep it here. It just says that because I moved the file. This is going to end up being demo city. And this one's going to end up being demo city whatever. I'll probably call this demo city poster. There you go. This is going to be map img, and let's double check, make sure I got that correct. Demo map img. Easier just to come in here and copy and paste. And there you go. That should be everything. Like I said, these will come later. This is now done. This is there. And let me just make sure that main scene is right. And we should be able to try to get this on over. We can take this. And we're going to cut this. And we're going to go to... I have a mod archive. If you're going to set it up, make sure you have a staging. I like to have a staging. So that way, as I change things, I change it here in staging, and then I can always come back to it. So here, I need to go ahead and save this because I didn't save it before, and luckily, I remembered to save it before I went and closed it out. So I'll just replace that one. So there you go. No, and there you go. Okay, let's go ahead and call this demo city 01. And we're gonna change. I see they have the requires game version. We're just gonna update this to here. And we have our spawn location. I'm just gonna set that a radius of 5. That just makes it so you can actually go there. So name is going to be Demo City. Description, a demo city. Okay. So what we need to now do is save. Go to our staging area. Now we're going to copy this from here. All right, let's go ahead and paste it in add-ons. Make life easy. Okay. So I was going to go over the symbolic link, but we're not going to do all that. For testing, we're just going to drop it right into add-ons. All right, so far it looks good. It looks like it was able to find Demo City. I like to go into here and make sure I have my player log open, because if it's not able to find something, like you'll see here. It can't find Demo City. And you know what? I think I see what I did wrong here. When I went here and I have my main sing, I have an extra folder. Ah, gotta pay attention to what you're doing. All right, again, let's close that and let's relaunch the game. All right, so let's go in here and just go to Start Game, Sandbox, and we're gonna switch to Demo City. Yes, there's nothing really loaded there for images, but if we can get it to spawn in, then that's a success. And hey, we're in the game, in our new city. It worked. I mean, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look fantastic once you're actually in the game, but hey, it works. Test things out here. We just go to /Hackkit knife. It's gonna let us actually spawn this in. And I can load. I need something that's not super fast. I'll load Dustbuster. This is my desert test vehicle. And Control R. Let's go to C. Get a nice visual here. And do a test run. And hey, look, we can drive in this new city that we just loaded into the game. So, ouch. Clearly, it's not as flat as I hoped. So let's Craigle for a test run. And you'll see here, it works pretty well. You'll run into things like this when you are working with new maps sometimes. You'll have to do some fixes, but hey, we got it into the game. This is a very simple part 1. And, you know, let me know. I'm usually on Discord, so let me know if you run into any trouble trying to get your first map up and going. But this is the basics of what it takes to actually get a map into the game. The rest is actually fairly easy. It's just adding things in. And from here, you can just do a great number of things. So hopefully this helps more people get into map modding into the game. I've already done part modding. So this is map modding. And I hope to see you guys in real soon. Just to note, if you're trying to do a custom map like this and you're trying to host a server, it's currently in the works. It's not going to work properly at the moment, but it's already been reported and they know about it. It is being worked on. So hope to catch you guys in the next one. For right now, it's your boy Jatwaa, and I'm out of here. Peace.